Well, good morning, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Steve Collins coming to you from, believe it or not, I had the top down yesterday, San Antonio, Texas. Now it's cloudy and cold, 34 degrees. The second most powerful, passionate, purposeful coach and speaker in the world. Why you're not winning. Why you're not winning is the subject of today's discourse on this drive. Now, for those of you that are new listeners, I want to share something with you just to give you some peace of mind. People say, Steve, it makes me so uncomfortable when you're driving down the road doing the videos. It's so dangerous. I have been in several accidents, and it's been other people hitting me. Let me give you a baseline. See, everybody has a different baseline for what their capacity is to handle certain things at certain times. People who've been through a thing or three have a little different capacity than people who are snowflakish and have not necessarily been through a thing or three. So, you know what's hard for Steve Collins? Driving with 6 children in the car, 4 teenagers, 4 boys, arguing and fighting and screaming while you're traveling down the road, throwing things back and forth with each other, and no way you can do nothing about it. That is dangerous. Driving by myself, talking to you lovely people down a straight shot of Loop 1604 for the next 8 miles is the easiest part of my day. So let's just address that. Why you're not winning. Why you're not winning. It's extremely important to understand why you're not winning, and it all comes down to one simple word, and that word is clarity. Clarity. You see, the reason that you're not winning is because you have not done the hard work, the actual hard work, the digging, to go deep into becoming as clear as possible with what winning is for you. Now, winning is subjective to each individual person. Everybody has their own definition of winning. You can interchange that word with success. And let's have a discourse around the wheel of life that my mentor Zig Ziglar spoke about. You are a multifaceted human being with responsibilities in many different areas. Responsibilities to the Lord, to yourself, to people who have been entrusted to your care, people you are responsible for, and people you are responsible to. And distinguishing those in a priority order with a plan with how to handle it when there is a conflict is a key factor. Clarity is where your power comes from and why you're not winning. You're not winning because you haven't taken the time to get super clear on what winning really looks like for you. You may have a fuzzy idea, and yet you have no clarity. You have no clarity. See, the more clarity you have for your definition of winning or succeeding for you gives you the target in the future that magnetizes your attention and aligns your activities, your actions, and your attitudes towards what it is you are intending to become or accomplish that you yourself define as winning. You see, it's defined by many other people. If you work in a job, your boss, if it's a good boss or a good leader, should have a very clear description of what winning looks like for you in your job. You should be able to know exactly what winning on your job looks like, and if they're very wise, they have a system to inspect what they expect on a regular basis to hold you accountable and provide a measure to see if indeed you are winning. If you are in a job, you are being held accountable for winning, and it should be clear. If winning for you and your job is not clear, it's poor leadership. For those of you that are self-employed, that tend to be the tribe that I connect with the most, you set the standard. You teach people how to treat you. You decide what you are willing to tolerate and what you are willing to celebrate in respect to your actions and activities and your interactions with other people, clients, and your staff alike. You have got to come to clarity if you're going to have any chance at winning. You see, you could be winning right now and you wouldn't even know it. That's why you're not winning, because you don't know with clarity yet. That's my goal with you today, to bring it. You don't know with clarity yet what winning for you looks like. Let me give you an example in my life. So I have a relationship with this amazing person that flung the sun, moon, and stars. Oh, I know, but Steve, there was a really big bang. That's how all this happened. It was glitter and dust, and then we was fishes and monkeys, and here we are. It's awesome. You believe that. I'm okay with that. I still love you if you believe that. You know, I ain't going to argue with you. I'm just going to say straight up, I happen to believe in the one that made it all. He made the Big Bang. He and I have an understanding out of a book called Galatians, and he said, here's what the life will look like that is influenced by, connected with, habitating with me. If you and I are good, here's what your life is going to look like. Here's the fruit that your life will bear. Here's what winning looks like for you, Mr. Steve Collins. Since you and I are tight like that, we got it like that. You will have a life that shows these 9 attributes: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. If these are evident in your life, you are winning. Another standard for me is love, not American love. I love cheeseburgers, I love beer, and I love my wife and children. No, that's not love. Suck at them are feelings. Love, divided into 3 different portions: agape love, the unconditional love of God; eros love, romantic love; and phileo, brotherly love. We're talking about agape love. I operate in love. If I have the gifts of 1,000 musicians, if I can sing the greatest songs, I have the most beautiful voice, if I have the most financially successful company, if I have the most amazing cars and homes and stuff and the world's version of success, but I don't have love, for me, that is losing on a huge scale. All that other stuff is crap that just burns up for me in my life. So I see and know what winning is for me. Spiritually, I know what winning is for me physically. It's 15% body fat and a 6-pack, and occasionally a keg, but a 6-pack. I know what winning is for me physically. It's getting up at 4 in the morning, spending some time with the one who made all this stuff, and then going to work out at 5 a.m. I know what winning looks like in my relationship with my wife. I have a wife who is absolutely head over heels in love with me and adores me just like when we were dating. I've had to ask myself for years, who do I have to become to be a man who, after 24 years and 7 kids, his wife is still crazy about him? And that's what winning is for me. Winning in parenting for me is having open, honest relationships with my children, albeit very uncomfortable at times. They are open and honest with me. I know what winning is in the coaching program. I know what winning is for my real estate team. I know what winning is in my business relationships. I know what winning is. Because you see, I have done the hard work to bring clarity to what winning looks like for Steve Collins. Therefore, I know when I'm winning and I know when I'm off. I know when I'm off course. Why aren't you winning? You probably haven't taken the time to become extremely crystal clear on what winning looks like for you. Therefore, you fall into the category, the sad category that Zig Ziglar defines as being a wandering generality. A wandering generality. It's like taking a speedboat in the port of Miami, pointing it south, cranking the engines, and sitting back on the seat, nobody at the wheel. You may be going fast, you may be busy, you may be all over the place, but you don't know where the HC double hockey sticks you going. On the other hand, the speedboat with a captain, with a written and clear plan, with a set of directions and a map, knows exactly where they're going. So my question to you today, my fellow Americans, is simply this. Do you find yourself not winning? Do you find yourself not succeeding? Do you find yourself frustrated, empty, upset, no clarity? It's because you don't know what winning is. You haven't taken the time to clarify for you what winning is. You haven't defined it. You haven't said, when these things are happening, I'm winning. So my charge to you today, my challenge to you today as your free, amazing coach, is to challenge you to do the heavy lifting, do the hard work, write down every aspect of your life, your spiritual life, your physical life, your married life, your parenting life, your financial life, your business life, or your job life. You look at the various aspects of your life and you define in clarity, this is what winning looks like for me. This is what winning looks like for me. For some realtors, it's, I want to be busy 24/7. 24/7, I'm available to anybody. You call me anytime, 24/7, I'm available to you. That's winning for me. That was not winning for Steve Collins for the last 19 years. That was losing. Winning for me was, I work Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5. I'm off nights and weekends, and I'm in the top 0.5% of all the realtors in San Antonio because I'm so highly focused during those hours that I am working, and because I work a clear schedule, and because I take freaking way better care of my clients than anybody else ever could, so that they were willing to work with me because they saw the value in who I was. That's winning for me. So why aren't you winning? Because you haven't taken the time to write out what winning is for you in each of the important areas of your life. Here is my promise to you. And it's a promise from the voice of Ziglar from years ago. Those of you who will not take the first step, in other words, to do what I'm telling you to do, there's a 100% chance you will not take the second step. You got to take the first step first. Are you coachable, or do you just like to have little tingly bumps every now and then in the morning? Are you really wanting to grow, or do you just like the idea of growth? How many people do you know would love to shed 10, 15, or 20 pounds? How many people do you know would love to be in great shape? How many people do you know that would love to have a financial abundance so that they could be a blessing to other people? Even if they don't need that themselves, they can just do what they want, when they want, how they want, with the people that they want. How many people do you know want that? See, everybody wants the good stuff. If you won't take the first step, then it's just a fantasy. You're fooling yourself into thinking that it's just going to somehow magically show up. This world operates on deserve, not on need. On deserve, not on need. What do you deserve? What do you deserve? What are you putting into your life? How much work are you putting into the areas of your life? In the areas I mentioned before, are you on a treadmill doing 1.5 miles per hour, reading a book, eating a cupcake? I know you're at the gym, but it's not that good. Or are you on the floor, pounding the pavement, busting your butt, working your tail off, pouring blood, sweat, and tears and hours into developing yourself? You see, what you are doing will determine what is going to be produced. So I give you this simple challenge. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, here's what I know about all of you. You spend more time planning your vacation than you do planning your life. And that's kind of sad. You make me kind of sad. Because I don't want to see you guys have a better vacation than a life. What if you built a life you didn't need a vacation from? What if your vacations are just so that you can hang out with the people that you love and give them complete and total focus over long periods of time? What if your life was your vacation? This is possible for you if you'll follow what I say. Write down the areas of your life. Write down for you what winning looks like for you now, so that you are very clear on what that is, and it will create a magnetic pull that will attract you towards it, that will reveal the resources around you to achieve and accomplish that. And you will have a clear vision and know when you get there. And then do like Zig Ziglar says, when you've gone as far as you can see, once you get there and stabilize, guess what, Bubba? You're going to be able to see farther than that. Why you're not winning? Because 98% of you will not take the action that I'm challenging you to take. The other 2% that you do, I'll see you at the top. Have a great day, guys.